Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so if I know any better, it looks like we're going to be having a ZSS and either Joker or Banjo game here. You know, they're getting their picks and bans out of the way, but it looks like we're going to have ZSS versus, you know, we're going to have to see what Cass is playing here. He is going to go with the Banjo here. So this is going to be interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You know, Banjo, as you know, not very much representation, kind of a heavier character, but he's going to have to try and wall him out with those projectiles, while ZSS is just going to, try and just get in, poke in with Zair, Nair. Oh, good up smash to start the game off. Already putting ZSS in advantage here, but, good get off me tool on that invincible Wonder Wing by Banjo, but he's only got 5 per stock, which, most Banjos don't even use, so I think using them pretty liberally is going to be good to be able to get out of the disadvantage and really break through that ZSS paralyzer that she's going to be trying to throw up. And at higher percents, she also might, that Wonder Wing might just steal stocks. ZSS being a light character, but, so far it's a pretty even match, honestly.
There's 2 Wonder Wings left. Oh, 1 left.
Yeah, he's got that one Wonder Wing left, which is going to make it easier for ZSS to edgeguard him here, but
and that's
it's a shame. He definitely meant to drop off flat with that Wonder Wing, try and, catch him sleeping and get that stock, but it's just not the case. So, second look on at least on life for the ZSS here, and see if he's going to be able to capitalize. But ZSS is at kill percent for pretty much most of Banjo's moves at this point. Any smash attack, forward air is definitely going to kill here.
Ooh, but ZSS gets the first stock.
Yeah, that Banjo up B is pretty punishable. It's got iframes on the beginning, but after that, you are actionable, but you've got some pretty good end lag at the end. So good scoop there by ZSS. Let's see how much ZSS can, kind of extend this lead and push their advantage here. And, back in the old days in Smash 4, we used to say, how much extra credit can ZSS get?
Ooh, but that Wonder Wing takes that stock.
Yeah, like I said, it looked like that Wonder Wing is definitely going to just, be catching this ZSS sleeping and kind of taking stocks here. It is punishable, but you definitely, if you're trying to throw out a move and you just get hit by Wonder Wing instead, it can be kind of tough to deal with.
Oh,
just like that, Looked like ZSS was trying to go for a falling forward air and, just got smacked by that Wonder Wing again. Cassidy's doing a good job of having kind of this approaching projectile game where he's walling him out, but also still trying to close the distance. But, oh my goodness.
Oh, man,
the ZSS classic. He gets the Nair flip kick, and, it's just... That's what makes ZSS so good. It's just her explosive ability to just kill you at, such early percents that even if she is behind, she can just steal it back, really, with just real quick, Nair flip kick or just up B at early percentages, It's a really good... No way.
He lands it. No SDs this time.
That back throw flip kick is, DI-able and usually results in ZSS SDing, but, if you catch your opponent sleeping, sometimes you can just hit it. It looked like Cassidy just didn't quite DI that correctly, wasn't really ready for it, DI'd the back throw wrong by DIing in, and then DI'd the hit poorly by not DIing it, keeping the DI in, or, it might just be strong, who knows. But either way, we're getting on to game 2 here. It looked like, back on PS2, I think, right, Ty?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Barely missed it.
It's going to be a pretty... Oh, no. Wow, Cassidy opting to go to Lilat on purpose, even though it's a pretty good stage for ZSS, in my opinion. The platform extension is pretty good, but I guess, maybe he's wanting the lower platforms and smaller blast zones, I guess. Or maybe, Cassidy just thinks that he's, more comfortable on the stage. But, either way, Cass is definitely, trying to put it up, put some numbers on the board, but it's not looking so hot here. ZSS has just pretty much gotten one hit and been playing advantage the whole time, really using her speed to her advantage there.
It's funny because as a person who's mediocre at best at this game, I don't know any differences between stages besides how many platforms there are, and that's about it.
Yeah, the only kind of real hidden thing is, each stage has its own blast zone size. So, what Ultimate did, which is kind of nice, is they show you a little diagram of it in the corner if you get hit kind of far, and when you look at that, you can kind of see that the lines on the edge are kind of closer or farther away to the stage in some stages than others. So yeah, you see it there, and the top and the bottom are kind of close, so that means that it's a lot easier to kind of kill off the top and the bottom in the stage, and the side blast zones are really far, so people are going to be living longer vertically. ZSS, luckily, though, one of those characters that just does not care. Nair flip kick just kind of kills you.
Yeah.
But you know, down or that down smash, up B, that paralyzer up B is also going to be a really good way of ZSS netting stocks here, like he just did at ledge. It's a real good ledge trap tool. It looks like ZSS is really just finding her groove, pushing her advantage here. MiniBootz is really just kind of freestyling on the beat, if you will. Not really going for any reads, just trying to outpace his opponent with his movement.
Ooh, dodging the Wonder Wing.
And really just out-framed it at Banjo, which, is one of the ways that Banjo really struggles. Looking for that Nair back air there. Would have been some good damage. But he just narrowly missed it, unfortunately. Not able to convert.
I'm not seeing much of Cass's punish on ZSS's missed grabs, though.
Well, I completely agree. That move is, I'm glad you bring it up. That move's super punishable. Has a tunnel end lag. He could be punishing it with, like, grab, up smash, Wonder Wing. Especially at 157 here, any whiffed grab should just be death for ZSS. Because he should just be able to run up and do almost any move on him. Oh. Wow, trading back air for, what did that look like? Forward air? Up air?
I don't know. I just saw a flash of white and explosion.
Yeah, it was a really strange trade, but, overall, pretty good for ZSS since, she was able to net that stock and just overall trade stock. Something that, the most prolific ZSS likes to do, Mars, he loves to trade stocks with those down airs. But, let's see if MiniBootz here on ZSS is going to play this a little more cautious, or if he's just going to try and like we saw before, just go for that down air and just try and steal stocks, if you will, just at really early percent. Wonder Wing coming out with from Cass again. Like I said, he's just really good for getting out of disadvantage, and with such a light character like ZSS, he might just be able to net some stocks. Wow, Cass jumping. Both times he's tried to jump out of that back throw, and he's just gotten caught by ZSS for it. You really just gotta give it some respect and DI it out, and then just try and recover low after that. But
ooh, hit with the Wonder.
There it is again.
That stock, like you said.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cass now only has one Wonder Wing to work with for the rest of this entire stock, so he's not going to be able to use it to recover or get out of disadvantage, since it doesn't really seem like Cass is using any sort of down throw or anything to net stocks.
And there is that.
But it looks like it won't matter. Yep.
Up B.
ZSS getting that paralyzer, and then just a quick, that down smash, and then it's just a quick, run up B at that point.
And MiniBootz taking the second game.
Yeah, it's 2-0
MiniBootz. SD so far. That's a good track record for him
That's
so
true.
far this tournament.
And he hasn't switched off to any new characters yet, so
it's also true.
Both of my bets I would have lost money on him. Good thing, I'm not making any side bets this tournament. But it looks like we're going to go game 3 here, and we're going to, oh, wow, we're going to Yoshi's Story here. Or Yoshi's Island, excuse me. Great stage for Melee, really good stage for Ultimate as well, The slants and the triplat really giving ZSS a lot of movement here. You'd think with these, stages they've gone to, it's almost like, ZSS was the one that was able to pick the stage, not, Banjo, but I guess, these are the stages that Cass feels the most comfortable on.
There's that first wondering of the stock.
Yeah, he's really liberal with it, but I think it's good for him to use to get out of disadvantage like he likes to do. Unfortunately, it does mean that he can get edge guarded easier, but it doesn't really look like ZSS is going for that. Definitely sticking more to ledge trapping here.
Oh, there's that ZSS grab punish.
Yeah, it looks like Cass was finally able to punish that with a back throw, which is strong and will kill ZSS. Generally good percentages. There it is again, just honestly just trying to get a disadvantage, and ZSS got hit by it instead, and he got the stock off of it. It's a nice little 2-for-1 there, honestly. And now, he's stock up, Cass can really start setting up the wall, just throwing those projectiles out, and ZSS, though, being able to poke through with that Zair, it's really good, converting that to an up smash is solid, but unfortunately all this percentage just isn't really going to matter on Banjo if ZSS can't just secure the stock. She kind of has the same issue that Sheik does in a little bit, where she just struggles to kill if she doesn't get one of those paralyzers, so it doesn't kill you early at Nair flip kick percentage. But
you had to use that last Wonder Wing for the recovery, and there you go.
Yeah, it looks like Wonder Wing tried to come out, but there is startup on it, and he was able to just catch him with that side B, which will kill it. Pretty later percents, but considering his percentage, he was able to kill it. Completely even game at this point, but unfortunately for Cass, he does have to worry about that Nair flip kick. The amount, it doesn't really matter how much percentage he does. He dies at 40. So that's definitely what MiniBootz here is going to be looking to fish for at this point. Either that, or he's definitely going to be looking for maybe some falling aerials or things, falling up airs specifically, to try and combo him using these triplats for extensions. But honestly, it doesn't matter.
Wonder Wing losing another stock.
Yeah, just honestly, Cass is just throwing him out, and
Yeah.
MiniBootz just isn't dealing with him. You could just shield him and punch them as hard as you punch ZSS grab, but he's just opting not to.
That's the last one we used to for this stock.
Yep. So it looks like Cass is definitely gonna be in disadvantage for pretty much the rest of this stock. He's gonna try and eke out some more percentages, but I don't think it's really gonna work. Yep.
Hits him with a paralyzer.
Yeah, that being said, ZSS getting that down smash into the jump part of the hitbox, which does still soft spike. It just doesn't spike as hard as the actual kick part. Sealing the stock there. But yeah, so it's a pretty even game. But unfortunately for MiniBootz, Banjo is going to have all of his Wonder Wings on deck again, all 5 of them. Oh, speak of the devil, he's only got 2 left.
2 left already.
I guess I just haven't been paying attention to the game.
Bro.
But those 2 Wonder Wings are going to put in a lot of work for him, especially if he's able to get one at high percentage. He might just be able to steal this game away just by trying to get out of disadvantage. Well, there's the up air strings that I was talking about earlier. MiniBootz going for them a little bit, looking to try and kill him off the top here. It's a good way to juggle Banjo. He doesn't really have any good get down tools. But yeah, it's definitely, MiniBootz is playing a little more passive here. Trying to make Banjo come to him, which is something that Banjo really struggles with, is getting in. Ironic enough with, this is the last Wonder Wing. So it doesn't look like he's going to be netting any stock through Wonder Wing, which is the only way he's been getting stocks this entire set. So I don't know how he's going to be able to net this kill here, but I don't know. Maybe we'll find out and see. Good use of the grenade by MiniBootz there to cover any kind of option that Cass was trying to do out of shield there by throwing the grenade down, but worked out well. More ledge trapping scenarios by ZSS, just the classic, honestly, at this point. Doing jab 1-2, honestly could have gotten just boost kicks straight from there, but it looks like he wanted to play it a little more cautious. Wasn't sure if he was going to, be able to pull the trigger and not get punished, because if he did pull the trigger and miss, he would have just died for it. Feeling pretty comfortable in neutral, it looks like. ZSS does have a lot of good neutral tools.
That's it.
The up smash out of shield is going to do it. Yep.